Hello. It's Monday, so I actually have time to make a movie and put it on YouTube. Shocker. I know. Hey, but anyway, today I just had school. Not a big deal. I only had two classes, English and Norwegian. Um, in Norwegian, I just kind of wrote a essay. Well, it's an essay on depression. I've talked about it before, but she wasn't actually correcting it for, I don't get grades. Like, I literally don't even have a name in a grade book. That's, like, they don't give me grades. So even if I did, like, I do group assignments, and I do, like, essays and the big things, and I do tests. I just don't do the everyday assignments. The little like, here's 5 questions in a book. Do them. I'm like, I have better things to do, so I don't do them. But but no, I can't remember what I was gonna say now. Oh yeah, but yeah, and so my Norwegian teacher is going over me about how later this week on Thursday we have a test, or the other students have a test. It's on Nynorsk, so it's on New Norwegian, and I don't have to learn that, thank God. I'm already learning one type of Norwegian. I don't need to learn the next. So yeah, but since I'm learning that, like since I'm not learning that, I don't have to take the test. And so she told me just not to come in to class that day. I'm like, oh, okay, no big deal. And then that's when I asked her, do I get grades for any of my classes? She said you might get one for English, but the rest of them I don't think you actually get grades for. I asked the person who's in charge of that, like the grade system, and she said that me and the other exchange students don't get grades. We don't even have like a legitimate grade book. Like our names aren't in any type of grade book. It's like that. And last night, hmm, Mayren, my host sister, asked me if I had any homework, and I said, I don't know, but I wouldn't know because I don't check its learning. And she goes, well, it's learning, by the way, is like the online database thing. And she's like, well, don't you ever do your homework? I'm like, I do essays and group projects and tests, but I don't do every day homework. And uh, my host mom overheard that, and she freaked out at me, like face red, yelling, not like screaming yelling, but like very like a smidgen to yelling, just like one notch up, it would have been yelling. And she's like, you have to do all of your homework. That is the only reason why you are here, so you can go to school. And I'm like, that? No. No, I was specifically told when I left Minnesota that Rotary Club said you can, you don't have to pay attention to your grades. I mean, go to school, show up. That's the main. You're going to school to learn how Norwegian, teenagers do life. That's what you're there for. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I can do that. And then I got here, and my Jan, um, he he's like my contact here. He said not to worry about school. Don't worry about school because it's not your main priority. Your main priority is to become immersed in the culture, learn the language. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's easy enough. And my host mom doesn't know that, or she doesn't think that. She's one of those women that constantly thinks that she's the only one that's right. Oh, and I haven't actually told her. No one's home right now, so they can't overhear this. But, oh, goodness. All I can say is in 1 month, I will be quite happy to move host families. I mean, they've been nice to me and everything, but it's just, we don't see eye to eye, and I just don't agree with half the stuff that they talk about, or the way that they don't respect my opinions. Like when I told them that I don't want to get my kids immunized when I'm, older. She pretty much told me I was stupid and naive. Um, okay, no, she pretty much didn't tell me. She told me I was stupid and naive, and that I'm putting other people's lives at risk, and went on this huge rant. Um, my host sister and my host mom both have I'm right, you're wrong type attitudes. I know everything, you know nothing type attitudes, and it's really starting to get on my nerves. So, Um, yeah, I'm just one more month. Oh, and I'm supposed to have a test in gym this Thursday in running, but I threw away my shoes, so that's okay. But technically, I don't really need to do the test, so I'll just tell her to. I'm not going to do the test. It's not a big deal because it's the easiest test in the world, and I did it last week. But apparently, not last week, but the week before. But apparently, I did it wrong. I did the whole course, and you're only supposed to do half of it twice. So I went all the way to the end of the course, and then I looked behind me, and there was no one there, and I figured someone would be there because I'm a slow runner. And so I ran all the way back, and that's when people were just finishing up the second lap. And so I went up to her, and I was like, I did it wrong. She's like, I just do it when you get back from break. And I'm like, oh, okay, no big deal. I was planning to, but of course, shoot, yeah. Okay, but heck. Oh, it's a bird outside my host sister's window. There was this really weird noise, and I wasn't sure what it was. Given anyway, one good thing that happened though is my host mom went shopping for my host sister for like workout clothes and that stuff because my host sister wants to lose weight. So she's been running more often. Well, my host mom comes back and she said, I'm really sorry someone in my family threw away your clothing. And I apologize for that. And I want to make it up to you by doing this. And she got me a winter coat, and I'll show it to you. It's actually a children's size. So, but she realized that a, I actually didn't have um, a ski coat, and she said that's kind of a huge deal because there's the winter meeting with Rotary, and it's pretty much we ski for an entire week. And she said you absolutely need to have a ski coat. So I said okay. And she got me this one. It's actually super warm and super fluffy and all marshmallowy, and it was actually apparently more than half off. So this was originally about 2,000 kroners, and she got it for like she said like 500 or 600. I can't remember which one. But just look at it. Just look at how fluffy and stuff it is. Just look at this. Okay, but yeah. Yeah, it's a coat. It's a winter coat. I mean, that's one good thing that happened. So yeah. So I'm not completely at a loss, parents. Loss. Um, I also got a pair of runner's pants, obviously, because they threw away one of mine, and I can't live with just one pair of runner's pants. So yeah, so I got another pair of runner's pants, and yeah, I think that's about it. So yeah, I just had a delicious lunch. It was fish cakes with veggies, with wok. I wasn't quite sure what half the veggies were, but I ate them anyway because I was really hungry. So yeah, and David, you will be happy to learn that I've been having 3 servings of vegetables a day. 3. Well, or 2 really big ones, if, because they only have, I have a small breakfast here in the morning, which usually consists of like oatmeal and fruit. Um, and then for lunch, I come home, and at lunch at school, I usually have a matpaka or like a vegetable salad. Um, matpaka is just a piece of bread with cheese and meat. Yeah, that's all that is. Um, but normally I have a matpaka with me, and um, then I come home and I make veggies. I literally make vegetables, and normally, oh, what do I make with it? Normally I just make these little like meat pies. Meat. They're like this big, and I have about that much meat with all the vegetables that I have. The vegetables definitely outweigh the, yeah, then I have bread or something. So yeah. And then dinner comes around at like 6, and after I have my run, I'm starving again, and my host mom always makes veggies. So I have another very big, big serving of veggies. So David be happy. But this has been a 10-minute long video and it's going to take forever to upload. So, yes, I will talk to y'all later. I love you and I miss you, and yeah, that's all I can think of right now. So, yeah, email me if you have any questions about anything or anything. So, yeah, bye.